instead of like 50 attempts, it took me 3 to do this boulder, or 3 attempts to do the first move on this boulder on the second session, so that's a good bit of progress. I actually got a bit ahead of myself on that move and I rushed a bit. The foot popped just as I was about to move it, and I tried to play it off and go with that movement, or use the momentum to swing it up, but it's a bit end of range of motion for me, so wasn't doing myself any favours by trying to rush it. And then I fell once more and then got up it again, did the first move again on my 5th attempt and managed to top it. So ideally I'll try and do the boulder 3 times in a row at some point, maybe on Friday or something. I'll probably leave this boulder up for a bit longer, and I might even set a variation that goes out left onto the slab with like maybe a paddle. So after messing about in that jump for probably spent good 25 minutes on it, it was back onto the spray wall, trying some more old projects. I think I say that every time this wall comes up, but I have so many problems on it that it's kind of hard to keep track at this point. I have them all stored in a folder on my phone. This one, it's like starting the 2 Gastons, and then the feet get so bunched up that you have to do a campus move, and that same kind of catch, although it's to the little narrow pinch on the left arm this time, so it's quite a bit more uncomfortable than the other problem I was trying last week. I just had no power in the pinches this week. It was really quite difficult. I gave my Gaston problem a good burn, 2 or 3 burns actually, but no luck today. This was probably one of the better goes. I guess I was having a good day the time I did it last time, or held the move almost. So then I was working on pinches again and kind of doing some bigger moves. So this one is another future project, holding onto those 2 pinches coming in from the undercut's really difficult. Like, you get so little out of the pinches from this. You have to get up so high to get good opposition as well. I tried to stick in a toe hook, but my right hand would just get so tired so quickly. And then it actually bumps up one more to one of the slopers with your right hand, and then doing this last move is really fun. A nice finisher, although I think when you're pumped, holding that left pinch and sloper will be still quite difficult. This is the beginning of my 4x4s, so this is my first attempt on Boulder 1, or first of the 3 blocks I did for 4x4s. I lied, it's not 4x4s, it's 4x3s. My phone died and I didn't have a timer, so I only did 3 blocks, but I was sufficiently wrecked. So this one's really weird. It has a rule where you can't cut your feet at all. If my feet come off, I have to start again. What will usually happen is I'll do this one on my first go and then not top it again. It's a rule that I have, that if the feet pop, I have to come off, but also if the feet pop, it's really hard to not come off anyway, just because you're on kind of really open hand slopers. I did the move up to the big sloper in the middle, I think about 5 times or something. I only got to the last hold twice, got to the last hold once, and then actually finished the boulder in my last go, which was quite surprising. This is me here actually managing to match as well. My left hand was in drag and I managed to stay on, which is quite surprising. And then it also collapsed. I didn't have to cut that out. The second boulder for my 4x4s is a modified boulder from my original set of 4x4s. So these were the ones I was doing for the British Championships. This has an extra 3 undercut moves at the start, because I ended up being able to do it 4 times in a row, which is pretty sweet. But adding the 4 undercut moves at the start really taxes the biceps and makes the 2 large moves at the bottom or midsection of the boulder like a fair bit harder. You just don't have that extra bit of power that you would like to pull on them. They're also big open holds too, so I can't take advantage of crimp as much. I can in the first, it's like the yellow crescent, but after that every hole's fairly open, and a pinch too, and matching the last hold can actually cause quite a bit of difficulty as well if I don't get a good toe hook in. I spend a lot of time drinking and brushing. I feel like I've got a good feel for how much time 4 minutes is when I'm on the wall, which is quite beneficial in comps. Towards the end I start really desperately trying as well, but to no avail. The hands really start to give out. My third and final boulder that I had to do 4 times in 4 minutes is a good bit easier than the other two. It starts again on an undercut. Little theme here. Still trying to work on my undercuts quite a bit. And it goes up to this yellow sloper, which is so intense on the wrists. Like, it's from Boulder World originally, and that thing has been used so much it has absolutely no texture. So to hold on to it, you just have to engage your wrist so much. Top half of this boulder, good bit easier than any of the moves so far, and I kind of start doing a bit of a dramatic flare in the last few goes. Holding on to the last hold is probably the hardest part whenever you're tired, apart from the crux at the start, which is going to the yellow. I think I got up this 4 times. I can't remember. Or sorry, got to the last move 4 times. Matching that pink is really hard, especially after doing 2 other boulders for like 8 minutes.